hard when you're unemployed to like stay up, you know, like just kind of keep yourself motivated.
That is not helpful. No, you're clipping my shit. My shit's clipping. You gotta stop it. You gotta stop doing that. It's not productive to what we're doing right now.
That one hurt my throat a little bit.
Oh, I bet it did. You're not
Oh, I'm choking on my spit.
Oh my god.
Are we here? Are we going?
Oh yeah, we're hot.
Oh shit.
We're hot and nasty.
Oh, dial it back. I think this is the earliest I've ever done a podcast with you. And the soberest.
Yeah, it's rush hour.
It's rush hour, you know. I ain't had no drinks. I ain't had no smokes. I ain't had no nothing.
You're hot off the gym.
I'm raw dogging life.
You're raw dogging it.
Raw dogging it.
Guys, it's Jacob V Weekly. We want to start like we start every episode by inviting you to check out Caddyshack of New Hamel, Illinois. We actually have a link to Caddyshack's own website on our website, jacobv.com, JACOB.VI. I'm sorry. No, it's just JACOBVI.com. And that's up to date. I've had that sitting in front of me all week. And Caddyshack is going to be in the Pride Parade this year, which means I will probably be with them in and at the Pride Parade.
Fuck yeah, good year for it.
It's a good year for it.
We got gay beer, we got gay cats.
We got gay beer, we got gay cats.
It's going to be awesome.
Save a Life or 9, Caddyshack of New Hamel, Illinois. Trivia. I host trivia for free at Bluewood Brewing every Thursday evening. We always run out of materials. If we were selling the materials, I would say we always sell out. New taco vendor there is amazing. They have really good wings and fries and nachos and of course tacos. My favorite's the sweet potato taco. I forget that guy's name. It's the guy's name.
Sweet potato?
No, the name of the food vendor.
Sweet potato tacos?
Like H. John Benjamin Tacos or something.
Oh, you want me to look it up?
I don't care.
Okay.
They know where it is. They can come see him at Bluewood.
It's at Bluewood Brewing.
Tomorrow night with me doing trivia.
At the corner of Limp and Cherokee.
I'm in a band called No Antics. No Antics has a hot new video coming out May 1st. I just showed Baby Brother the sneak peek from the Patreon.
Yes.
And how'd you like the new video for the No Antics?
I liked it. You know, I liked the way it was edited. I liked the way it was filmed. I liked the people that were in it. I liked the music that was going on while I was watching the video too.
Yeah.
I think that's something. I think it's connected with that somehow.
It's all interconnected.
Which
It's
I
good.
think is awesome.
It's good. No Antics is playing. We have an LP release show that's going to be announced soon. It's going to be this summer. Stay tuned for the exact date. Blinded by Stereo already has an LP out, and we are playing at the Raceway, opening for Flo Rida and Dierks Bentley.
That's gonna be wild. Flo Rida,
Mr. Rida. More about him later. Blinded by Stereo. The LP is for sale on Bandcamp. Blinded by Stereo. Find them. No Antics streaming everywhere. New video on YouTube coming soon. There's several videos already up there. I have a song called Easy Livin' that I've been using as my Instagram attachment.
on everything.
On everything, because that's how I live, and it's funky, and you should go check it out. Like I mentioned before, we are on Patreon. The only way to support this show financially is patreon.com/JacobV.
I'm a member.
Clay's a member. Oh, man. You mentioned do we need to talk about Bud Light?
I mean, not really.
Can I just ask you a question?
Talked about it yet? It's fine. Go ahead.
We haven't talked about it. It's happened since our last show. We haven't done a show in April yet because I've been substitute teaching full time now.
I felt like you've had at least somebody on besides me in the last month.
No, yeah, but I did 3 episodes with Emma in March.
Oh yeah, I got to listen to that trifecta.
The trilogy.
The trilogy.
Yeah, astrology, white shamans, and trilogy. Mm-hmm. And it's coming out as a box set. on DVD.
I'll buy it.
Blu-ray combo pack.
Is it going to be selling on your Patreon?
It'll be Patreon exclusive. You have to pay the $5 just to even pay the $19.95 for the DVD.
You know what? I pay more for less.
You do pay a lot more for a lot less. Your health insurance, for example.
Well, I don't have health insurance right now because I'm unemployed.
That's what I'm saying, girl. So. Light it up.
Light it up.
Light it up.
But be careful while you do it because you're uninsured.
Yeah. Just be safe. Light up safely. Have a backup plan.
I don't have one.
Right.
Yep. I got my Cobra paperwork just ready to go.
Well, did you fill it all out?
It's there.
Did you fill it all out?
It's there.
No. But did you fill it all out?
It's like right there.
What do you mean?
I know where it is.
No, but you have to fill it all out in case you're incapacitated.
You're right.
Does Danielle know your social security number?
Probably not.
That's what I'm saying. So you need to have it completely filled out on your fridge so that if you get T-boned by a fucking Amtrak train, that she can tell the hospital that somebody's going to pay for saving your life.
Yeah, I was at the bank the other day and they said that I should like get a benefactor in line just in case I die so that my shit doesn't go to the state.
Yeah, that's what'll happen.
Because then they got to go through a whole process just to get my monies when I die.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fucked up, but it also makes sense.
Do you have life insurance?
Huh?
Do you have life insurance?
I don't fucking know. Probably not now.
No, you don't.
No. So,
you would know.
I think I would know if I did.
Yeah. I mean, some people, if you're, employed, you may have it and not realize it. But.
I got a lot going on that I just don't have any handle on.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's just kind of what it is right now. Sometimes you go through those moments in life where you don't know what the hell you're doing, but you're doing it really well. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. You got a cat on me. You got a cat on me. Okay.
So
we were going to talk about the Bud Light.
Why? My thing is, I don't really understand what Bud Light could have done that would have upset Kid Rock to the extent he got upset.
Well, you know what? That guy, I think, just kind of looks for reasons to be a jackass anyway. I mean, he's came from a rich family.
But what does he care about trans people?
About everything just to try to exploit, a certain demographic.
And aren't his kids adults now?
Yeah, but he's got to stay bored and he's got to stay relevant. It's kind of like when
why does he have a dog in that fight? They're not.
It's kind of like when Ted Nugent was doing all that NRA shit very publicly, and it's like, why? What you can just relax.
Yeah.
You can just relax, and if someone hears stranglehold or whatever the fuck.
No, it's like it's a cultural lobbying.
Right, and it's like don't forget about me. I'm going to shoot all these beer cans.
Do you think he's trying to create the Morgan Wallen effect, where Morgan Wallen was up and coming, and he was going to be on Saturday Night Live, and then they found a video of him saying the N-word.
Oh, yeah.
So they kicked him off SNL, which was cool for me because Jack White filled in for him.
Sure.
But he's actually more famous now than he would have been if he had just done it, I think, because it creates this thing where people are like, oh, see, SNL is woke. I like Morgan Wallen. And now he's playing Busch Stadium like he's Paul McCartney.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. I bet he's going to do really well when he plays the 4th of July.
So do you think Kid Rock was like, you know what? The shows aren't selling great. So what if we went ahead and amped it up and got on the side of the anti-trans people?
Who's doing this?
Kid Rock. I'm just trying to think if he was trying to create that effect by saying, hey, look, pick me.
But I think that's kind of the thing. Like, being the bad guy on purpose can get you more publicity than just kind of existing.
Not just publicity, but followers.
The only place that he's really alive and well right now is probably in Nashville, because, I mean, he's got, like, that, like, fucking statue and shit over there or whatever he's got going on. And so, yeah, he just kind of had to do something.
Does he own a karaoke bar?
The thing is, everything's done the pride stuff. I don't really know what makes Bud Light any different, and everyone's acting like, oh no, we ain't gonna drink this gay beer anymore. But it's just kind of like all the beer is gay. Everyone wants to be able to sell beer to everyone in every demographic. It doesn't really matter.
Well, especially in a macro brew sense, like, you cannot afford to make beer and sell it to anyone less than everybody possible.
Right.
So if you're making beer and you're trying to keep a business afloat, especially if you're producing anything in North America, you want to be able to sell that product to as many people as possible. So does it make sense that a beer would want to exclude anybody?
But also, it's just all the blind ignorance to go with it.
But
and
also,
everyone's like, well, I just want to drink Coors or Miller.
Isn't Bud Light trying to say that, hey, we're sorry for the people that you may think of that may not like you who consume our product? We want to let you know that we are accepting of people going through this type of a journey, for example. And I don't think that's it. I'm surprised anyone gave a fuck other than to say, oh, who gives a shit? Bud Light's a fucking corporation owned by a foreign asset. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's just
that makes it sound like it's the Mossad.
it's just alcoholic piss water, but they want to mass distribute, and they want
It's
they
good.
want everyone
It's
to
a
feel
good
like they're
product.
acknowledged and loved.
Hey, it's
so
a
they feel
fine
supported.
product. It's drinkable.
Because if I support you, then you'll support me,
The
right? And so that's
drinkability
what they're
alone
doing.
is what sells me. But you know
But
what?
who
I'm
gives
such
a
a
shit,
I'm
really?
such a 314 bitch. I prefer Bud Select.
I think people just want to be mad at stuff, and I think that's what all this is. And it's all just dumb for them to be against this one ad campaign that is just putting a certain label on a beer can. It's like, oh, really? Like, is it going to ruin your day? Does it make the beer taste any less or worse? Does it really just make it like you still had to drink 20 of them to fucking feel it? So I don't know what your problem is. I don't know. I just, it's stupid.
Man, one time I drank 18 of those goddamn Mick Ultras and couldn't catch a buzz.
You remember case races? You get like a 30 pack of Natty Light or something, and you see if you can drink all 30 of them in an evening. We used to do that. Probably like a little bit over a decade ago now, but we used to do that.
I guarantee you I could smash 30 of those motherfuckers.
I know. I've done the math sometimes.
My favorite,
on a
though,
heavy
our
night.
cousin Tessa calls it the 2020, which is 20 Bud Select bottles and 20 American Spirits.
Oh,
And then you drive home.
I think we've done that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Mhm. My favorite thing I used to go underage to a specific gas station and
And the VP.
just buy a 30 pack of Bud Ice.
Oh, that hurts my stomach.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it hurts my stomach thinking about it. Tomatoes.
there's a lot going on.
I am a motherfucking trendsetter. Speaking of buying beer underage, I've been getting in trouble at work for being on my phone since 2007 on my Nokia brick. That's why I got fired from Mike Duffy's.
No, you got fired from Mike Duffy's for stealing food
No,
and wearing flip flops in the kitchen.
I never stole food
You wore flip flops in the kitchen.
on my first day.
Yeah.
I didn't know I had never had a job before.
It's a great way to start.
I didn't know.
I'm sure they have some
No,
sort of employee handbook that's like taped to the wall or something.
Nobody ever showed me that.
Well, that's on them then. But there's reasons. It's kind of like when you got fired from Emo's in Kirkwood because you just come in on your day
No.
off and make T-Ravs and
No,
leave.
no. I quit to go work at the salon.
That's right. Sure you did. Yeah. But then you probably still went in there sometimes when you
All
were
the time.
not working there and just kind of like, it's like, hey guys, I'm going to pop back here and get some Mott sticks.
I don't know. I feel kind of on blast right now. I'm feeling a little escalated.
It's okay. I mean, sometimes you do things. I quit my job for no reason. No, that's not true. I had good reasons.
That's not true.
but I quit.
You
Anyway.
can't-
I didn't have a backup
You
plan.
can't
I
just
did it.
Yeah, you can't just settle for being miserable.
Exactly, and that's all it is.
Especially your
life
kind of
is
brain.
short.
Like
You
some
don't
people
know.
can just disassociate and just look busy in a cubicle for several hours, and you're not that guy.
But when you're when you're making such shit money and your boss is specifically bullying you and everyone's noticing it, and it makes it hard. It makes it hard to dissociate. I could do that job, and still be able to watch like 6 hours of TikToks and shit at work. And that's what it was. I was getting my brain was getting melted by not doing anything while still getting my job done. And then my boss would just come over and freak out on me over nothing. And I had people point it out to me. And I was like, when people started pointing out to me, that's when I realized, I got to get the fuck out of here. Because I can tolerate being paid like shit and treated like shit. But when people are noticing it, then it's embarrassing. And it's like, you know what? I got spine. And so I quit.
Yeah, and you gotta. You gotta.
I got a little bit of spine. I got just just enough,
My thing is, I'm lucky to be alive. Did I call you after I had that encounter with that prostitute?
I don't know why
Sex worker?
I don't know why you did that.
I didn't do anything. Nobody knows what we're talking about. Let me.
So tell the story.
I accidentally spent 30 minutes with a South Jefferson sex worker, Natalie or Ariel. She goes by either, aka let me pick something up from this BP so my feet don't fall off.
I thought it was venereal.
No. Ariel. She wanted money. She had a great story. I don't remember what it was, but it turned into a real situationship. She was waiting for me at the end as she flagged me down. I was in the parking lot because breakfast was going on for another 5 minutes and I wanted lunch. So I was in my parking spot, ordering on my phone, waiting to submit until it was 10:30. And she comes sauntering up And I look crazy. I'm wearing my flamingo shirt. I got trash all over the car.
All over it.
You know what I mean?
That probably made it more inviting because that's where she's used to hanging out anyway.
That's the thing. It's like, why would you ask me for money? I'm driving a 2005 Mercury Grand Marquis filled to the brim with McDonald's garbage.
Yeah. I remember one time you had a laundry basket in the back seat that you would move the floor garbage into the basket garbage.
Until the basket was full.
It would be easier to get the garbage out that way. And but then
I gave a guy a ride home from a gig, and he just pushed all the stuff out into the parking lot in Westport. I said, wait, we got to throw all that away. He said, brother, it's 2 a.m.
I love that. Yeah. But also I don't, because I don't support littering. But also that's.
But isn't Westport one big piece of litter?
It just sounds like it's on brand. But anyway, back to the sex worker.
So I said, okay, well, let me go get my food. And so I go through the line to get my food. Then she's waiting for me at the end of the drive-through lane. And then she wants money. She's afraid of everybody. But when I stopped to talk to her, she. I don't want to say what she said to me.
That's okay. She just say she said some crazy shit, and then she got in your
when
car.
I said anything other than get out of here, she was like, she looked at me and basically said, "Oh, we could do it for 100."
Oh, I mean, she was trying to solicit services. That's what it
was.
But
I didn't. But my reaction immediately was only, "Oh no, but thank you."
You're very polite.
That's all. And then I thought, oh wait, what if she's like setting me up to get like murdered or robbed? And then I thought she was going to stab me in the brain with a screwdriver she found on a barge.
That's where we do find our screwdrivers here in St.
I'm just thinking like she's out there in the streets. She had a bag. I don't know.
I would just say in the future, just don't even talk to him. Just be like, no, thank you, and roll up the window and do your thing.
What I've done before is I say, listen, I would totally help you out, but I actually live in this fucking car. And they always believe that. I live in this car.
And you look around in that car and it's like, okay, he might actually live in it.
I got 10 of these shirts.
Might actually live in it. And then you gave her a ride. And then she wanted to pull into a gas station.
No, I had to go to a gas station to get gas before I went anywhere. And she wanted to go back the way that I was going to work anyway. But it's just started to turn yeah, so we go from the McDonald's to the Quick Trip, and then I end up getting her to a BP where she has to pick something up, and I finally convince her that okay, I'm going to go to work. You can go wherever you want after you're at this BP, but we've gone far enough.
I mean, I've done weird shit. That's fine. I mean, I gave a homeless guy a ride a couple weeks ago because my wonderful fiance was striking up a conversation with him. And then
you gave a homeless guy a ride?
And turns out he was going to the place we were going. So I was like, sure, man, why not? I guess I'll give you a ride because she volunteered me to do that. And so I did that. And turns out he doesn't live in that area. Well, he does, but he doesn't live in a residence.
Remember that time we took that handyman in a blizzard to buy crack?
Yes, in the Grove. It was like he was walking up and down your street.
Well, I knew him. He lived over there, and he would shovel my walkway when we would and he cleaned my gutters one summer.
And he very, very clearly was just going to buy drugs, and we totally helped him get there.
We give him a ride in a blizzard.
Yep.
Because I think he would normally take his bicycle.
We do some dumb shit.
But why do we do? Normal people don't interact with these people.
We attract weirdos, and
it's got to be the attraction, right?
Attraction that
because more people would let homeless people in their car like we do if maybe it's because we're big, we feel safe
and less threatened.
But why do those people always want to talk to us?
Well, I think we just have an inviting aura. You know, we were raised by a very accepting group of people, and I think that we really just kind of like just ooze that energy, and so people just feel safe coming up to talk to us, and then we just let weird shit happen, and then we're like, you know what, that's enough. I'm not going to tolerate that anymore, and then you just kind of go.
It's like the guy that shot mom's neighbor. He just invited himself over to drink at 2 a.m.
Oh, that guy? Yeah, that guy was dumb.
No, but that only happens to you and me and mom.
It's true.
That people will just come out of the ether to say, hey, I'm going to insert myself in your life for a while.
Yeah, he just showed up on the front porch with like a 6-pack of mango carts.
I think what happened is he was probably doing coke with those guys that do that podcast around the corner.
And then he just didn't want the night to stop.
Well, because they probably kicked him out,
and his wife
he was probably
gone.
walking home with a box of beer and saw us through the window and said, "I'm going to hang out with them."
They did karaoke in the driveway once. It was great.
I know
I'm
them.
going to go party with them. Yeah, no, that was annoying, and Donnie was not okay with it.
Donnie doesn't like it. Donnie doesn't like this phenomenon that we're talking about.
No, but we do it so often. Unfortunately, it's just a thing, you know. I mean, one time I developed a weird friendship with a weird guy because one time he asked me to give him and his deaf dog a ride to the airport or some shit, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I guess we're just friends for life now.
It just happened. Well, he was just a weirdo anyway. But and I've run into multiple people throughout the years now who've met that guy and they're like, oh yeah, he's a piece of shit. And I was like, yeah, he's kind of he's just a lot. Anyway, so I mean, yeah, we just invite weird people into our lives for very short periods of time.
They invite themselves.
We don't know how to say no. We allow it. And then eventually it's like, you know what, I'm good. Okay, bye. And that shit just happens sometimes, you know. Sometimes you got to give someone a lift to the Red Roof Inn on Hampton and be like, you know what? Hey, congratulations, you got here safe.
Is that still what that's called?
The Red Roof Inn?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a pet friendly.
No. But is that still what that one is, or is it a Holiday Inn now?
I think it's still the Red Roof.
That's hilarious.
Unless it's changed recently. You know?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. St. Louis is too small. I'm afraid all of my grandkids are going to be cousins.
Dude, I was actually just thinking about that today while driving because sometimes I run into people that I haven't seen since like 9th grade of high school or something. I'm just kind of like, and they remember so much about me and I don't remember their name. And then they say something like, hey, remember you and me and Meredith used to be like really cool and hang out in homeroom. And I was like, I don't know who the fuck Meredith is.
Yeah.
And I don't remember really even talking to you. But the problem is we talk to so many people that some of them just kind of like fade out through the ether and we just forget.
And we got to be recognizable being so big and ridiculous.
Exactly. We're massive, charismatic people, you know. Yeah. When you're just big risen, you know, all over St. Louis, and it's not that big of a city. Yeah. It happens. Oh, but also then I'm surprised when I go to like sporting events and I don't see anybody that I know. It's like, okay, why am I going to run into this motherfucker? Hold on. Why am I going to run into this motherfucker at Jersey Mike's? Yeah. But then I go to a baseball game and I don't see a single person that I know.
I had jury duty the other day with 500 motherfuckers and not one person stopped to say hi to me.
Right. NPCs.
Yeah.
Have you seen the NPC theory?
I've experienced plenty of it.
That like only about 30% of the population actually has inner monologues and like cognitive thought, and the rest of the people just floating through, not doing nothing. And so they're just NPCs, and there's actually very few actual characters that are functioning.
Yeah, you know, so we got to figure out who's actually plugged into the server,
right,
and who's just generated
and
by
who's
it.
Who's just in the matrix as a part of the program.
This is exactly what happens when you're unemployed. This is exactly what happened to me.
Oh, shit's getting weird.
It's weird.
I ate Spam and eggs for breakfast, bitch. I'm having a weird go.
I don't know if you should be filling up on sodium when you don't have health insurance.
Oh, I go to the gym a lot, so I felt like I sweat it all out.
You sweat out the Spam sodium?
It was a lot of Spam.
In your sweat? You ate the whole can of Spam?
I ate the whole can of Spam.
Holy fuck, with eggs?
And some rice.
Why bother with rice?
I had a really good workout though.
Oh my god!
Yeah, your body needs some sodium, but that much sodium was a lot. I've never had Spam before, so I didn't know that it was going to be like, only have like a quarter of this can. So I just had all of it. I sliced it thin and I fried it in like olive oil, and then I put it on some rice with some egg, and yeah, I'll never do it again. But now I know. I felt physically ill for a good 45 minutes.
I did my CPR certification online, so if you go down, I don't know that I can help.
I used to be a BLS instructor, certified.
But you can't do it on yourself if you're having a cardiac episode because you ate a whole can of Spam.
You never see one of those guys in the SNL skit, they're like, ugh, and they start like punching their chest. It's okay.
Did you have a pre-workout?
No.
Any kind of a post-workout?
I had protein powder.
Is there anything else in there?
I mean, it's mostly soy, I think. Soy and protein.
I can't be good.
Certain fats and flavors, but like it's not that bad for you.
You can speak some light on this, I think. Something is wrong with me.
Something's wrong with all of us, baby.
Yeah. I'm just really uncomfortable with adults, specifically superiors in pretty much any organization I've ever worked for. I attach a lot of anxiety to those relationships. I'm constantly having arguments in my head that never end up happening, and they don't even need to. And I'm always afraid that someone is around the corner trying to shut me down for something that I don't even know what I did.
You feel like you're walking on eggshells. You're waiting for that other shoe to drop.
I'm waiting for someone to come in and say, okay, you're done, bub.
Right.
All the time.
And that makes you do just enough to not get fired. It's that Office Space mentality.
But it's not even necessarily rooted in evidence. If people are having a meeting, I assume it's negative and about me.
Oh, that might just be delusional paranoia.
Yeah, but it's also like narcissistic because I put myself in the middle of it. I create drama that's not happening in my head, and I assume it's related to me.
Well,
it's my fault.
I often see people walk in a room and I think, you know what? I'm better than that person. And I realize, wait a minute, I don't really have a lot that I've accomplished, and currently I'm unemployed. So am I really better than that person? Or do I just feel judgmental when I look at them because it's like, you know what? They ain't shit, because they probably say that I ain't shit.
See, mine's
and that's
flipped.
Stupid.
Mine's flipped, where mine is like, these people are acting like they don't know that I'm better than them.
Right. That's kind of what I'm saying. But also, what have we done to really prove that?
We're actual people.
Yep, and they're NPCs.
Right.
And fuck them. They got 5 HP. I could punch them.
That's the thing.
I could hit them with a sock'em bopper, and they'll go down.
How many fucking middle management cucks could I one punch?
Well, my last boss was a very short, just kind of a very nervous fella. It was kind of like a tiny bald Jewish mouse, and I felt like if I gave him one good pop, he would have gone down real easy. He was like Fievel, but bald.
Can we stop with the non-consensual group chats?
What are you talking about?
Fucking people just act like because I have an iPhone, they can just reach out and touch me whenever they want.
Oh, I mean, that just happened.
And then they're mad at me for not reading the group chat. It's like, I didn't say put me in a group chat.
It's either you're in a good group that like tries to keep things tight and communicating, which I'm totally fine with, or it's like family. We got like 8 group chats with our family, and there's often the same people in all those group chats. There's like one person gets excluded. But then, I don't know, other ones, or sometimes people that are lonely and they reach out to 10 people at once, but they don't think that a group chat is inappropriate. And then it's like, I don't know, eight of these 10 numbers. And then you got to be like, no, I'm good. Thanks.
But then they get mad that you don't respond. It's like, honey, that's not, if you want to talk to me, talk to me.
Yeah, that's them. Then you can do that. And sometimes they'll even do the thing where it's like, hey, everyone feel free to reach out individually for outside of this group chat. Well, then why did he make the group chat in the first place?
Because it's easier for them.
But
then they want to get mad because when they reach out to me privately to ask me the question, they're already mad that I didn't answer it already. But I'm like, you should have just asked me. You didn't ask me. You put me in a text message with 20 other people.
It's entrapment.
I didn't consent to that. I didn't say, oh, yes, I promised to read all 30 of these text messages I missed in the last 17 minutes in a prompt manner. I don't have fucking time. I wake up to pages of group chats from different people every day.
That's what you get for talking to so many damn people. Why do you mind your business?
I'm trying to. People are not minding theirs. People are trying to fucking pin me to shit I'm not even doing.
You could always change your phone number.
I'm not going to that wedding, by the way.
Change your phone number, change your name.
Are you going to that wedding, the family wedding?
Which one?
The family wedding that you know is happening out of town. I don't want to mention names. Are you going?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Because I can't afford to miss that much work to go and send a gift. So I'd rather just send a gift.
At this point in time, I'm planning on going, but I've literally done nothing to commit myself to the situation.
Oh. This is exactly one of the group chats I was talking about. The thing about the hotels. And then people were mad that nobody responded about the hotel.
Well, I mean, I'd love to get into that conversation, but I don't feel like we can do that on the air. So
they don't listen to this fucking show. If they loved me and listened to this fucking show, they wouldn't put me in a group chat with 2 dozen people.
90% of those group chats are all borderline just so someone can be passive aggressive and get some energy out.
But when is that going to stop?
It never will.
But he can stop it.
Maybe.
He needs to stop it.
Maybe.
He needs to stop it.
Maybe.
He needs to say this is not okay. A lot of it happens behind his back, though.
I know. Makes it worse.
Supporters fill Kirkwood School Board meeting in solidarity with transgendered teachers. Did you see this?
I did. How many?
4 teachers.
Phil.
No.
4 teachers?
Supporters fill the Kirkwood meeting in solidarity. There's 4 teachers they're in solidarity with.
Oh, okay.
Over 100 people donning red shirts showed up to the Kirkwood School District meeting Monday night in protest of how they believe the district handles transgendered educators. One teacher said that they chose to quit teaching in that district because they couldn't be openly transgender. Right now, it's toxic for transgender people in the Kirkwood School District. This teacher said they love their job teaching gifted students at Kirkwood schools.
Right.
They use they, them pronouns and identify as non-binary.
It's okay for...
When they started teaching, they said they weren't allowed to tell students they were non-binary.
It's okay for certain faculty members to be like physically affectionate with certain students, but it's not okay to like...
They made my friend crazy. There's this girl who's a beautiful young lady of color that I went to school with since 3rd grade, and she lives with her mother, and she's fucking crazy because she got assaulted and then they gaslit the shit out of her and were not even low key like abusive and racist about it. And she is just a whack job. She can't ever be normal. It would take years of dedicated, effective treatment.
That's horrible.
And, a lot of those people have moved on. They're retired now, so they get to, go do their...
They get to be like Michael Chiklis in The Shield at the end, where he's just kind of like, well, I'm out now.
Yeah, the shark keeps swimming. Privacy of those involved. We are unable to comment on personal or ongoing investigation other than confirming that the district complies with all policies, procedures, and laws. Stance against... So they're going to need some kind of legal precedent to regulate out trans discrimination, I guess.
I mean, it's probably just not going to happen before more damage is done. And I mean, obviously...
It's really more of a state problem than a Kirkwood problem, probably.
Well, it's a state problem 100%. I mean, trans people just aren't even allowed to get proper fucking care. And this is my fucking thing
with those fucking establishment leftist fucking suburbanites that act like they love everybody, but they're also in one of the most, exclusive suburbs in the state.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. It's like kind of like people who like
and
say that they love living in the
always
city
like
now
think that we're like included in that because we went to school there, but it was really just by court order that we got to stay in the district after our parents got divorced, and we weren't like welcome in the mainstream of people that have money there. I mean, it's hard being the broke kids around the rich kids.
Oh, there was a lot of those, but that's what we had that Riz for.
Yeah. What?
That's why we were so charismatic and everyone accepted us, even though we definitely weren't the rich kids.
Yeah, but some of those rich people were sloppy as fuck. I had friends with big, beautiful houses that were filthy, so it's not perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Those did exist. But just kind of, you don't know what happens behind the closed doors.
I know exactly what happens behind closed doors.
That's because you're talking to too many fucking people.
I got some points here from a talk I heard the other day at one of the goddamn organizations I work at. That's actually really good.
They got the goddamn...
They got that goddamn... this is a St. Louis environmental justice report. Available at environmentalracismstl.com. Lead exposure. Most common source of childhood lead exposure is lead-based paint and dust. Approximately 90% of St. Louis homes built before 1978, when lead paint was banned. Black children are 2.4 times more likely to test positive for lead poisoning.
Yeah, that's because the places that they're moving into are not as well upkept.
Right, we're getting there.
The parents have to sign the waivers acknowledging that they could possibly be exposed to lead paint.
70% of children suffering from lead poisoning are black. Communities living below the poverty level are of greatest risk, of course.
But I mean, you move anywhere, especially like rentals and stuff in St. Louis, you got to sign that waiver.
Lead in schools. More than 5 miles of chain link fence would replace all of the old fencing around the St. Louis City public schools. It's about $2 million in fencing, which is
cheap.
Well, it's only 0.16% of the city's annual budget. And right now, the majority of St. Louis public schools are surrounded with old iron fencing that is covered in lead-based paint.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right.
I mean, it ain't right, but that sounds accurate. Sounds accurate. Yes. But also, I mean, yeah, they're not going to fix that because
these kids
if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and no one's getting hurt or sued enough about it, so it's not a big issue.
These kids have increased instances of asthma. Black children in St. Louis are 8.5 times more likely to visit the ER, 10.8 times more likely. The children are 10.8 times more likely. Black citizens in general are 8.5 times more likely. Per 1,000 residents, black children in St. Louis City average 42 emergency room visits, whereas overall visits for average Missouri citizens is only 5. So we also see mold. Apparently, there is no legal standard to protect St. Louis residents against mold. So if you move into a place and it's got mold, you have to either break your lease or find some other legal imperative to get out of it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's mold in my basement.
Yeah, there's probably mold in this one right now.
Along with the Formica or whatever it's called, that old tile that has
air pollution. There are only 4
asbestos in it.
active air sensors in the city of St. Louis, and 2 of them are right across the street from one another. Majority of air pollution and demolition sources are in the majority black neighborhoods. They permit more demolitions, which cause huge amounts of air pollution in North St. Louis. You can see a map up here that I have. This is an audio.
Red. I'm looking at the red.
Yeah. This is an audio only episode, but I'm just showing Clay. This is on that website, environmentalracismstl.org.
Well, and we've talked about it before, how a lot of lead exposure in people's youths can also lead to aggression, behavioral issues, which was a big thing back in like the 60s and 70s. Which is also we tried to sort of like indirectly connect that to the introduction of serial killers and killing sprees.
Environmentalracismstl.com.
Because you used to be lead and fucking gasoline.
You
just got lead in the air, fucking everything.
Oh yeah. Up. Well, and this also, I mean, the maps are crazy because of the data they're showing, but the maps in this report at environmentalracismstl.com also include a food apartheid, air pollution, asthma, vacancy or abandoned residents.
A lot of those.
Illegal dumping. People that work on job sites will just take debris, commercial waste, and go dump it in a vacant lot in North City. It happens every day.
And also the cost for dumping in places that are actually supposed to be designated for that is up higher than it's ever been.
Home energy costs are disproportionately higher in the city because of outdated infrastructure. Mold, we talked about, lead poisoning. What else?
It's a lot.
Over 22,000 tons illegally dumped in city streets and alleys in 2017.
Well, I mean, and you can just like take stuff to the city and just like leave it in the alley. Some things
that's exactly what they're talking
it'll just
about.
Get picked up sometimes, and that helps them.
What I'm saying is, take your garbage to Westport and leave it in the parking lot
at 2 a.m.
because that's what Westport is.
They can't arrest all of us.
They can't arrest more than a couple of us.
Exactly.
They could get you and me though. We're the kingpins.
There should be a dump party. We should all go to the Westport parking lot right by the Funny Bone and just dump off.
Shout out. If your car is full of McDonald's garbage, meet me at Westport. We're dumping.
Dumping for a cause.
I had to sit through this presentation
Radical
the
dumps.
other day. And it's just, I've been trying to tell people it's whack. I worked in one of these buildings for 2 years, walked right by a lead fence every day.
Everything's horrible, Jacob. We just need to accept it.
So you don't want to talk about any of this more horrible stuff I got
No,
here?
it's all horrible and it's all tragic, but it's just kind of like, is it surprising? Is it really that surprising to you? Because I don't think it's surprising, especially when you were just talking about ER visits and hospital visits from these people and these certain demographics, these certain areas. It's everyone's kind of getting forced to in those demographics anyway. And then it's keeping the poor because the American healthcare system is such a goddamn business and it's so just good at fucking people. And insurance is so goddamn bad and expensive on top of it. So then you're just kind of like throwing money into a hole and then it's not even helping you.
Right.
And all, it's all the goddamn time. And yeah, no one's going to do anything about it because it's not causing any major fucking issues that are affecting the people that actually could control the situation. And then you're looking at things like that radioactive fucking underground dumpster fire that was like that landfill way up north. All those people up in North County and all North City, all that shit, they're like getting all that runoff water that's giving everyone cancer.
Yeah.
Like fluorescent and shit like that. Talk to those fucking people about everyone. Everyone knows somebody that's gotten some sort of horrible fucking cancer because they live way too close to this radioactive dump that's like underground
it's
and basically
buried radioactive
burning.
waste that's smoldering
Horrible.
underground. Yeah.
How fucking crazy is that? Nothing's getting done about it. So it's just kind of like things like that. And I'd love to talk more about this.
And
but
there's
also
a
at the same time,
garden
I
ridge
don't,
up there.
because it's like, what the fuck are we going to do about it?
Well, you lived in Kansas City for a while. Did you hear about your old neighbor? Shot that baby in the face.
That dumbass, yeah. And then also he was able to just leave the police station, and the cops were just kind of like, oh yeah, we don't know where he is. It's like, I'm sorry,
He turned
what?
himself in because they decided to press charges, and he turned himself in. But
Yeah.
in Kansas City, a 16-year-old kid named Ralph Yarl was traveling to a address to pick up his siblings, and there were two different addresses. One is 115th Street, and one is 115th Terrace or something like that.
That happens.
And so he went to the wrong one, knocks on the door, and without even answering the door, the homeowner, whose name I don't have prepared, who is now in custody,
Good.
after initially being released,
After the fact.
shot Ralph through the door in the head, and then shot him again when he was laying on the ground.
Fucking horrible.
Big stand your ground vibes.
But also something basically the exact same thing happened to a white girl in another state very recently. Immediate arrest, immediate multiple felony
Was that the
charges, things
cheerleader?
like that. I think it was.
There were two cheerleaders that got shot by a Mexican guy in a parking lot because they opened his car door.
No, that's a different one. So this is 3 different shootings.
Yeah, but that guy got arrested, but I didn't know the race of the cheerleaders. I
think
knew
at least one was white. But no, this other one was just a girl that knocked on the wrong door and got shot the exact same fucking way. Guy immediately got arrested. Guy immediately got the felony charges. Immediately everything. And there was no hesitation. There was no letting them go. There was no, giving them the benefit of the doubt or any sort of like a fucking oh my God, maybe he was defending himself kind of situation. And, yeah, that guy immediately got in fucking trouble. Then this guy got to literally walk around for a minute and got to take it upon himself to turn himself in. It's fucking horseshit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they even said it was definitely a racial situation. If he had shot a white kid, it would have been a different fucking story.
He wouldn't have shot the white kid.
Right. He probably would have opened the door and been
He
like,
probably
oh my God.
he probably would have sold him into slavery on the black market.
But right after he diddled him. Hey man, we're in a fucked up
Did you
world.
watch the Trump indictment?
No.
And it's kind of lackluster.
I understand a lot of people did expect.
I want to go OJ trial on the Trump shit. If I was Trump, I think my best move would be put me on the stand on primetime TV live. Otherwise, fuck you. Because he could win that shit.
I think we should have connected some car batteries to his pink long nipples, and we should have just zapped him every time he tried to say anything ridiculous.
Yeah, that reminds me. I mean, we got to go French Revolution. We talked about that with Emma. That's coming back. I don't even know if anything's going to happen. He's apparently still running. He's doing interviews about how terrible Joe Biden is.
First president to ever get indicted, and his numbers are up.
And his numbers are definitely probably up. Definitely. Drake Bell was missing, but it turns out he had just left his phone in his car. But for some reason, the police were looking for him to make sure he was okay. I thought he was dead for sure.
No, I guarantee you, I haven't fucking looked into it. Just from what I've heard about it, he probably did that on purpose, and then someone said this will get him a little bit of attention. Outside of the fact that he got exposed for grooming all those minors and whatever the fuck he was doing.
You can't groom the minors, guys. I don't know how many different ways I got to say it.
I think a lot of people are doing dumb shit just for attention lately, and it's on the small scale, and it's on the big scale, and it's on the whole spectrum.
You think he's trying to get in Tarantino's last movie?
No, God, no. What are you talking about? Was it Emil fucking Hirsch?
I don't know.
Well, you remember Emil Hirsch physically assaulted that woman and got blacklisted in Hollywood basically, and then he was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
But I don't know who Emil Hirsch is.
Emil Hirsch, he was the kid from Wild or whatever, or Into the Wild.
But who was he in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
He was what's her name's best friend / ex-boyfriend, Tate, the girl who's playing Sharon Tate. Margot Robbie. It was Margot Robbie's best friend in the movie. That was her former lover because she was married to the filmmaker guy.
See, I can't keep up.
But no, so I mean, he was just blacklisted in Hollywood for a long time because he got in a lot of fucking trouble. Speaking of people that are getting in trouble for domestic assault or just assault and battery or just hitting women and shit. That one guy who was just the main bad guy in the last Ant-Man movie. He was also in Creed 3 as like the main bad guy too. He just got dropped by his agency because about all the allegations about him getting all fucking handsy and trying to beat up on people, specifically I think women. And it's just kind of like, yeah, some people think they can get away with shit, and then they can't, and then they, backpedal, and then eventually they find their way into the right pockets, and then it all kind of works out for them in some way. Fucking stupid.
Am I a bitch for still being mad at SZA?
Was she anti-trans?
She had a homophobic tweet about 12 years ago
about she doesn't want to have a gay baby.
Yeah, she said, I guess I'm not going to have kids unless I can have a girl because there's so many gay black men now. And I am just really sensitive to dumb. Homophobia against children because I know how damaging it is. If you raise a kid in a homophobic environment, they are going to be afraid of their identity, even if they don't end up being that way. They're going to associate fear with the formation of their sexuality, which I think is bad. Now, this was 12 years ago, and she was much less famous then. She was a lot younger. I'm also really sensitive to double standards when it comes to homophobia, and there's a lot of that in the music business, especially.
Please provide an example.
That SZA is probably going to sell out the Enterprise Center, but she, tweeted that we should genetically engineer babies so they're not gay.
Right.
So that's the double standard.
I just feel like those are two different things.
No, they are separate instances. But I mean, it's just like DaBaby. Everyone we shouldn't be mad at DaBaby, but he said some really wild, unprovoked homophobic shit on stage for no reason.
I mean, I feel like that happens a lot. Sometimes just people go a little crazy, but also...
But it was like unprovoked.
I mean, yeah, it was like unprovoked. Like, I know it's the same thing with like the Kanye anti-Semitism stuff. It was just kind of like, I don't know what made you think it was okay to say shit like that or think that
But
way.
also, who asked you? Nobody asked you about the Jews, Kanye.
Exactly.
That's the problem. When you start talking about the Jews and nobody asked you about Jews...
We already knew that he was off his fucking rocker anyway.
If we're sitting around and we're already talking about Jews, well, the door has been opened for someone to say something that's maybe not great. But if you're going to come in and just start with that when I didn't say what we were going to talk about, that's a red flag to me. Kanye. Yeezy for president 2020.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm kind of happy with my current state of being because I don't have to be forced to interact about these topics, but also I don't want to stay under a rock. I want to have my eyes open to the situation at hand. It's just everything's so fucking horrible. How are you expected not to have debilitating depression?
I don't think you are expected not to have it.
Right.
I think you're expected to treat it.
Well, I know that we all have it directly linked to the fact that everything is fully accessible from our fingertips with our smartphones and everything. And so, yeah, everyone's just going to be depressed anyway. But it's just kind of like, I don't know, how are you expected to carry out through the day and tolerate the bullshit in your own life when so much bullshit and horrible things, significantly worse things are happening to other people elsewhere?
Oh yeah. Say that.
I said it.
I heard you.
I said it. And then what's going to happen? What's going to happen when, was it the Ohio River or whatever, where, that West Palestine shit is running into a bigger river that's eventually going to meet the Mississippi down by Nashville. And then, so pretty much I think anyone like Nashville and South is going to be just completely fucked and everyone's going to get cancer. And then we have a system that is designed to prolong and treat cancer without curing it, because the longer you have them as a patient, the longer you have them as a customer, and the more money you can make off the system there. And so, I actually think that all these chemical dumpings and all those horrible accidents and explosions and exposures and tainting of the areas is actually a design that's meant to make the U.S. citizen more of like a cash cow, because the more people you can make sick, the more people you can make into customers that you then get to treat and get to charge the money that's going to keep your infrastructure going. And that's going to be the economic rise that everyone wants to happen. Since no one wants to have any fucking babies anymore, let's just go ahead and make money on the people that are living and make them sick.
Yeah, if you can't grow a baby, grow a tumor.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing anyway, right? It just feeds on you and eventually you die.
tumors are pretty cute.
I might have got kind of dark on that. I'm sorry.
No, you went hard. You have that. You're in that early stages of unemployment red pilling, and I've been going through it. I did plenty of that. Apparently, I collected a sizable amount of unemployment at the beginning of this year when I was on unemployment.
Oh, I don't even have that. I haven't even tried filing for that because I quit.
Not this year. Not this year. The last one.
I made a good amount of money in 2020 on the unemployment thing because of the COVIDs.
Well, yeah.
And there was all those reliefs and everything like that, too.
Did you get your taxes in?
Yeah, my taxes are in.
Yeah. I'm Clay's CPA, apparently.
Mm-hmm. He's done my taxes like every year for like the last like 5 or 6 years.
Because you didn't do them.
I did my taxes. I went to an H&R Block and talked to an old lady behind a desk about my taxes once when I lived in Kansas City. And I was like, you know what? I'm never going to do that shit again. I ended up owing like $300. And I was like, listen here, motherfucker.
Listen, I didn't come in here to owe you money.
Yeah. I come in here.
Show me my refund. That should be the name of my business.
I come in here to where you work, and I gave you money to try to get me money, and then you tell me, nah, give me more money.
But here's the thing. Can I ask you something? I would never charge you for doing your taxes because you're my sweet baby brother and you're on the Patreon. But what should I charge somebody for that?
For what?
For doing their taxes like I did yours.
Oh, I don't know, like a case of Diet Coke.
Can I get a big one like that?
Yeah, just tell them to get like a Sam's or a Costco.
Yeah, Sam's size 35 cans of DC.
How much is that? Cost-wise? At a wholesale retailer.
What is it, like $15?
There you go, boom, boom, right there.
It's maybe $19.
Slide you a hard 20. Why not?
It feels like more work than $20. I'd rather have 35 Diet Cokes.
Speaking of hard 20s, I went to get a drink last night at the River City Pub in Afton, and my tab was like $16 by the end of the evening. I was totally fine. I was keeping it light, keeping it simple. I went to go get some money out of the ATM because they're cash only, and there was a 20 still sitting there because some drunk bastard didn't grab all his cash. So I got a free night of drinks and like $4 extra.
What are you saying about Jack Nicholson?
Do you see the thing about Jack Nicholson being seen in public for the first time in 2 years and he looks like shit? And that's pretty much what they said. Like, here's a picture of Jack Nicholson being seen outside for the first time in 2 years and he's not looking good. It's like, can you imagine?
But isn't he like 85?
Yes, he looks horrible. But I mean, he's Jack Nicholson. He's been, smoking cigars and drinking and doing everything that he does.
He probably drinks nothing but like expensive wine.
Probably now. Anyway, but it's like, can you imagine leaving your house for the first time in a period of time and someone's like, man, you look like shit. Welcome back to the world. You look like garbage. I don't know. That would be upsetting to me. I don't know if he has Twitter, but I would be upset.
I can't imagine he gives a shit.
Probably not at this point.
He's one of the most successful and beloved actors of all time.
I mean, I think that, I think his candle went out, but yeah.
He's probably not even noticing.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, speaking of movies and film and everything like that, I saw Renfield.
How was it?
Nick Cage Dracula movie. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5. In my opinion.
That's hard. That's terrible.
Hold on. I will give it a 3.5 out of 5, specifically because Nick Cage's Dracula was funny and had a couple little Nick Cagey moments. But other than that, it was just kind of like, it was fun, but it was like, do you remember The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? Where all the fight scenes were very shaky cam and kind of all over the place. Felt like that a little bit with all the action sequences. And it was just kind of like, I don't know, it was just kind of goofy. It was fine. I enjoyed it. If I watch it again, I'll watch it for free. But Nick Cage being Dracula had a couple moments where it was just kind of like, I like that. Yeah.
You know what I watched that I loved? Nope.
So I watched Nope on an airplane on the way back from Europe.
It's a little dark for an airplane.
I watched it.
The cinematography I thought was dark for an airplane.
I mean, I was sitting like this looking at the.
I had to turn lights off to watch it because the night stuff was too dark.
But I didn't really have a problem with that.
What was the thing in the barn?
Thing in the barn.
The shapeshifter monster in the barn. In the stable.
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Remember when he records it with his phone, it's coming around the corner?
Oh. In like the beginning? Those were just kids wearing masks.
No. It's in the middle, like the shit is popping off. He turns the light off in the stable, and then he's walking out, and it turns back on.
Don't remember that. I feel like I watched the whole movie, so I don't know.
It just didn't seem related to the actual antagonist of the story.
It was kind of all over the place anyway. And also, it wasn't even a flying saucer. It was a whole ass alien. It was eating people.
I thought that was a great interpretation.
It was a good one. I liked it.
I enjoyed it a great deal. You told me about the Dutch startup that unveiled a giant meatball made from extinct mammoth meat grown in a lab.
Well, remember we talked about that with our stepsister's dude friend, Liam, a really nice guy, and he was talking about how, like, so basically they connected like old mammoth DNA to like lamb or sheep DNA, and then it worked together, and they basically made just a mammoth meatball that no one's allowed to touch or eat or anything. It's just kind of sitting there getting observed. I don't know if it's alive or if it's pulsating or anything like that. It's just kind of there.
Is it going to decompose? You can't just look at a meatball forever.
It's kind of like why? Like I don't know.
It's like the special display at a Mexican restaurant where you walk in and there's like enchiladas in a glass case.
In a glass case. Or they used to have that Steak and Shake too, and it'd be like, that looks like plastic. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's a mammoth meatball that we're not allowed to eat or touch. But it basically, I guess, it's just kind of like a discovery and a breakthrough that means, we could one day, make other kinds of meats or bring back a mammoth. Why not?
Yeah, they keep playing with the mammoth shit.
I don't know why.
I don't. Well, part of the thing is something about megafauna like that do a lot of natural clearing of landscapes, which is something about that is good for the environment. So they're talking about cloning a mammoth and incubating it in the uterus of an elephant. And then that elephant will give birth to a baby mammoth, and they can use that science process to reintroduce mammoths into the tundra or something. Look that up. I don't know.
But then someone's just going to go after mammoth.
You know what I care about? Apparently 3 dogs survived the Titanic.
Good for them. Did you hear about that?
I better not be that fiddle player if I see you getting on that boat with that dog.
Did you hear about the head chef of the Titanic?
No. He was murdered by the lobsters.
No, he was. Oh my God! Just hold on. The head chef of the Titanic was a known alcoholic, and was so drunk when the Titanic went down that the alcohol content of his blood kept him from freezing. So he survived floating freely in the waters of the Atlantic.
Because he was so drunk?
Because he was so drunk until someone pulled him out. And he had no signs of frostbite, no signs of hypothermia, nothing. Because he was so shithoused hammered that his body just could not freeze. It's like when you stick vodka in the freezer. It's not going to freeze.
Isn't that like, the first person that was cured, quote unquote, of HIV, they were treating him for something else. They did a bone marrow transplant on a guy that was HIV positive, and something about it coincidentally like cured his HIV.
You know what? That's worth looking into. I think I remember seeing an article about that I just didn't open.
No, but that's exactly what this is about. If somebody cares about that information, they'll go find that article and they'll open it.
That's good. Someone should also go look.
And then they can text us. We have a text line for the show that you can text us at if you hear anything that you want to talk about. Well, at 314-626-4208. 626-4208.
There you go. Look into it.
Yeah. Find out about the bone marrow AIDS and the mammoth meatball and the Dalai Lama Frenched a kid.
Oh, what the? He asked him to suck on his tongue or something.
What are we doing, guys?
And then his representations were just kind of like, yeah, he's a goofy guy. He just does that to everybody. It's like, no, I think he's old and he's senile, and he just like said just to himself, like, you know what? I can get this kid to suck on my tongue and no one's going to give a shit because I'm the Dalai fucking Lama.
Well, but apparently they got the next one on reserve. They got an 8-year-old kid that's going to be the next Dalai Lama.
Yes, the next Deli Lamb.
So when we get sick of this one, we got a fresh one in the wings.
So good.
You were just at the gym today, right?
Yeah.
A lot of strangers at the gym?
I don't talk to anybody, so they're all strangers.
How many people were there?
During the daytime is not so bad. Probably 20 tops.
If you felt like you were a famous narc with rainbow dreadlocks, would you go to a public gym?
Are you talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Why was he in a public gym?
Because he probably doesn't have
If
enough
you're
money.
famous and controversial, why don't you work out somewhere else?
He probably just was trying to save some money.
He's at Club Fitness for $10?
20, probably.
You think he's doing the 20 at the Club Fitness?
Where was he seen?
They beat the fuck out of him in the locker room at that gym. I don't know where it was.
What gym? Oh, okay. Well, you don't know where it was. Okay.
Here, let's look.
Look it up right now. That's funny to me, and I'm glad it happened to him because that's some dumb shit anyway. And I mean, fuck around and find out, right? Like, he chose to like just kind of like turn in a bunch of people and make some deals. Like, it was going to get to him eventually. I don't
and you
know.
think he would know that.
Snitches get stitches. You
Right,
know?
that's what they told him.
That's what it is. Mm-hmm. I just hope that all those weird Technicolor teeth he got, protected him from getting any bad mouth injuries.
My thing is, how do we find
I don't know, man.
legal issues,
What are you on? Newsweek?
other feuds?
Are you on his wiki?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not telling me the name of the gym he was at. But
Well,
here's the thing. It wasn't like a brief attack either. Didn't they kind of beat the fuck out of him and then come back and beat him up some more?
Maybe they were between sets.
They said, "Okay, I'm gonna go do 10 reps. I'm gonna go whoop this dude's ass.
I'm gonna go do some lat raises. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go raise these lats.
I'm gonna fuck you up. But first, I gotta go get that pump."
So somebody figure out what. It just seems dumb.
I don't know, man.
The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner determined singer Aaron Carter died from drowning and the effects of alprazolam and difluorothane. Difluorothane.
So he drowned?
According to summary, yeah, he had Xanax and some kind. It sounded like it was like an inhaled.
Wait, so did he overdose and then he vomited and then asphyxiated on his own?
No,
vomit?
he was in the bathtub. I think he blacked out.
Oh, so
and then he drowned in the bathtub.
Like Whitney?
Did she black out in the bathtub? Did she drown in the
Whitney
bathtub?
Drown in the bathtub? Yeah.
Stay out of the tub, kids.
Hey, one time I drank a whole bottle of Four Roses bourbon in a bathtub, and I had a great time. I brought my tablet into the bathroom. I brought a little side table from the living room, and I watched Parks and Rec for like 3 hours in the bathtub, and drank a bottle of bourbon.
That is the most. I mean,
it was fantastic. But then I told our mother about it the next day, and she was like, "Yeah, you shouldn't do that. You'll fucking drown." And I was like, "Yeah, probably."
You know, that happened to me though. I remember being drunk as fuck watching this old lady's dog. One dead, at least 28 injured after roof collapses at the Apollo Theater in Illinois following dangerous storms.
Oh man, that storm that came through last weekend fucked a bunch of shit up.
Oh, this was that storm.
Mm-hmm, the winds.
No. This was on Dad's birthday. This was that storm.
And the tornadoes. Oh, that was the other one. So that was some of the one that came through last weekend. But
yeah, apparently we're in fucking Tornado Alley, and now my wife is real sensitive to storms.
So this is what's happening is global warming. So the planet's getting
Bitches
hotter.
with dogs don't like a storm.
So the planet's getting hotter, and it's making everything freak the fuck out. And then these huge storm surges are coming all the way over from the West Coast across the country.
Well, that's what happens when you melt the glaciers too, is there's more moisture in play in the water cycle. And so it's going to amplify all of the weather patterns of any variety.
So you're getting insane blizzards in Utah and places like that.
Yeah.
Shutting down roads for weeks on end. When I worked in logistics, that was a big deal because we had to change a lot of shit up because people kept getting held up with road closures trying to get out of Utah. And all that's going to blow over, and it's just going to keep getting hotter and hotter, and it's going to mix with the cold air a little bit, and you're going to be a lot of the resistance, and you're going to get all those fucking tornadoes and shit that usually happen in like Oklahoma, maybe a little bit more southwest of here, but it's all now pushing a little bit further. So we're just going to get jackhammered more and more and more with all this bullshit. Now, the fun thing about St. Louis is we're the kind of city where we have such a dense population in such a small place that it creates this heat bubble. Now you're going to have that interacting with the cold air and making more tornadoes to the north and the south and things like that, which is why places like Little Rock, Arkansas got so fucking hit hard, is because those more densely populated cities in our state and places like that are making the air go north and south as opposed to right through. And that's fine. I'm totally bullshitting most of this. But that's why we didn't get hit so bad as opposed to other areas. However, when these surges come through so aggressively, eventually...
Oh, straight line wins, brother.
Eventually,
straight line
heat bubble is not going to hold up.
It's not going to hold us forever. Did you see Annihilation with Natalie Portman?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, what's it about?
Saw it in theaters. It was about like an alien smog, basically, that was like causing matter to sort of like fuse with itself. like certain atoms that wouldn't stick to other atoms would just start to do that. And she was going in there to find her husband, who was Oscar Isaac.
I love them together. Oh, now that's like a Hebrew power couple.
But when she found him, he was no longer Oscar Isaac because he had been in the smog for so long. Or it wasn't a smog, it was something else. But he was in there for so long that it fucked up his brain. And then she ran into some aliens. I don't remember how it ends. I remember being confused, but it was good. There was a moment where there was a woman fused with a bear, and the bear roaring was her screams. That was weird. Fucked me up a little bit. There was a moment where one girl just gave up and sat in the grass and became a plant. Like, shit happens.
Oh, that's nice, though.
Yeah. It was involuntary.
Some people say that LSD has that effect where things in your vision start to mold together and become
It kind of felt like that in a way, yeah. Or have you ever like take a little bit too much
because I
mushrooms?
tried to ask the guys in No Antics about it the other day. I said, did you guys see some movie with Natalie Portman where there's force fields? But then they thought weren't there like, wasn't it the smog contained in a force field?
It was like, and it was in an area, but it wasn't really a force field, and it was like expanding.
But it had like some clear like bubble shit going on.
Yeah, no, it looked weird. It looked like you were looking through something.
Well, because I just saw the trailer in theaters, seeing something else.
No, yeah, I saw it. I just remember leaving a little bit confused, but I enjoyed it. But sometimes you got to watch it later.
Have you watched Hunters on Prime?
No.
It's really weird. It's acted as if it's a Progressive Auto commercial, but it's a revisionist history where I believe like a Law and Order style task force of international super Jews capture Hitler, who's hiding in Argentina, and they bring him to trial in the 70s before a tribunal of various justices from different countries.
Listen, that's a lot going on.
I only watched the last episode where they actually put him on trial because I saw a clip on TikTok of some show where this old guy that I guess is supposed to be Hitler is on trial. I said, I have to watch that episode of whatever that show
I think
is.
I saw the clip that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, but Amazon put some weird shit out there. Did you see the one about the people that could get into a video game that actually they think it's like they're just getting into like a submerging video game. They're really immersed in the shit, but actually the video game is them taking control of like an avatar robot body in the future. And it's them trying to solve problems in the future and in the past. It's fucking weird. And I enjoyed it. Can't remember what it was called, but I stopped watching it because I was like, you know what, this is getting too much, and I don't care about all these. It was interesting. It was introducing more characters than a fucking Dean Koontz book.
I have a bias against anything that employs time travel as a narrative device because it just seems lazy. You can just do whatever you want.
Well, that's not true because you'll have all those weebs on Reddit get in there and be like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't actually go with how time travel works because they know. Because they fucking know. And they'll come at you and be like, actually, I think Rian Johnson did his best with that one movie with Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but they just didn't get time travel right. And then next thing you know, the movie's bad. I enjoyed it. I thought Looper was a good ride. But no. Then you go on Reddit and everyone's all pissed off at it. Your time travel is a very touchy subject when it comes to things. People either get it right or wrong, or they do just enough right, but they don't actually talk about it enough that then it's okay and forgiven. Who gives a shit?
Did you know that Flo Rida, who I'm opening for, I think the first weekend in June, won an $80 million lawsuit against an energy drink company?
Sobe?
Celsius.
Oh, Celsius. Oh, is it because they used his music for the ads?
Well, I can't imagine it would be that much.
Well, I mean, like defamation or something like that is something they can really just kind of push and twist. And then you get the money for what they would have made on that for the licensing. And then you would also get the money on top of that for like pain and suffering.
Are you a lawyer?
No.
Al Ludwig is a copyright lawyer. We should ask him about this.
What I do is I come on this show with no preparation.
No, I don't want you to be prepared.
And I bullshit 99% of the shit that I talk about. I take the very little bit of information I know about these things and I just try to, dance around it and make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. But I guarantee you, if you try to poke holes in what I'm saying, I will not be able to defend myself. So please don't.
I'm not, because I don't know much more than you do.
Don't be mean to me.
So a couple weeks ago, this was the box office throwdown that was happening, and you're my movie guy, so I thought I'd ask you about this.
Yay.
So a couple weeks ago, this was the lineup. I want to know which one you would have seen. The options were Dungeons and Dragons with...
Would have seen. I heard it's amazing.
John Wick 4.
I did see that.
Oh, how was it?
I saw a pre-screening for free. So I saw it like the week before it came out. I've never seen a John Wick movie. Ever. So 1 through 3, I have no knowledge of really anything that happens other than his dog gets killed in one of them, and he kills a bunch of people. I think that John Wick, the character, might be on the spectrum because his communication skills are fucking weird.
Yeah.
And he gets the shit kicked out of him in every movie.
And this is a problem I had with Cyberpunk 2077, which stars Keanu
Also,
Reeves.
their suits are bulletproof. Go ahead, continue.
Is that Keanu Reeves doesn't play angry or bitter very well.
No.
And so his anger never reads as authentic to me. And the character he plays in Cyberpunk is supposed to be very angry and kind of wild, and it just isn't convincing.
He's not an angry guy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things
I
is
like watching him shoot things, though.
he barely says really anything for the whole fucking movie, but there's a moment where he goes, I need a gun, like that. And then they give him a gun or whatever, and it's like, great, they do the whole, like, this is your cool ass gun shit. And then he just goes, yeah. And that's all he says in the whole fucking scene. And it's like,
why?
And there's literally like a 45-second part where he just rolls down some stairs. The stairs are so long. He fought up the whole fucking stairway. Like, it's all straight, like outside, like you're going from the bottom part of a park to the upper part of a park. Just this long ass stairwell thing. And he fights these dudes up this whole fucking stairwell. And then he gets knocked down the stairwell all the way to the bottom again. And then he goes up to about 3/4 of the way, and he gets knocked down again to like another like third of the way. And he gets and like it was probably a 10-minute scene that could have been done in like 3 minutes.
Did you see that Korean movie where the guy beats the shit out of all those guys in the hallway with that hammer?
One more time.
There's some Korean movie. I just saw this clip. This guy just fighting a whole bunch of dudes in a hallway. He's got a hammer.
Was it Old Boy?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
I can't tell you last time I watched that movie. I did just recently watch The Host, which came out in 2006, and it was a monster movie, a Korean monster movie that was done by the same guy that did Parasite, which I very much enjoyed. So I watched it, and for some reason, I feel like there's a lot of Korean cinema or entertainment that involves a story around a shithead, like deadbeat dad, and him trying to do his best to take care of a daughter that doesn't respect him, because that happened in like Squid Games, and that happened in The Host. And I'm just kind of like, how many movies or TV shows from Korea are there where there's a deadbeat alcoholic father and a daughter who's trying her best at school?
Yeah.
And then they just got to do something weird.
Yeah.
However, The Host was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
And then the other one was Shazam 2.
I didn't see Shazam 2. I don't really have any desire to. I watched the first one in the last 6 months because it was on HBO, and I was like, I have 2 hours to kill, and I watched it, and I thought it was funny. I enjoyed it. I think Helen Mirren's like one of the big bad guys in it or something like that. So good for her.
I think that's also probably the problem. If you train your audience to know that your entire universe is going to be available on a streaming platform that they already have, you're not going to draw a box office when you're up against other prominent sequels.
Well, right, and there's some things that just go straight to HBO and stuff right now anyway, just have it more accessibility and so on. And I actually watched an interview with Matt Damon not too long ago talking about how the streaming services have actually killed and taken away a lot of money from the film industry because people didn't realize how much revenue was generated in the sale of hard copy DVDs, Blu-rays, right, VHSs, things like that. And now everything's going straight to a streaming service after that initial release. And people will think, well, hey, do I want to go to the movie theater and spend $15 and then like for just me, so probably $30 on tickets alone if I'm taking someone with me, along with another $20 to $25 to $35, maybe depending on what you're getting at the fucking concession stands, and then go sit in this thing. Or I could just wait 6 months or even a couple weeks and just watch it on a streaming service that I borrowed from a sibling or a relative or a friend, so I don't actually have a login. And so then you just get to watch it for free. So why would you fucking do that? And you can order pizza or you can make fucking ramen noodles. I don't care what you're doing. Hell, you can pause the movie halfway through and have full-blown intercourse because you're watching it at home on a streaming service.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, and you can fucking smoke weed and pick your own snacks.
Pick your own stacks, baby.
You can
stack it up.
You can drink 30 Bush Ice.
You could.
In front of the TV. Standing in front of the TV.
Bud Ice. I don't think Bush Ice was a thing.
I meant Bush Light.
Oh, yeah, I know you can do that.
Because I think that's the cheaper 30-pack now.
Probably.
because it used to be Natty Light, but Natty Light's not cheap anymore. They went bougie.
Well, they changed their label too. They went back.
That's what I'm saying.
They went back to that old school thing to try to make themselves seem hip again.
Protests are still raging on in France as the French government shits the bed on basically everything they're doing. Go look into that. Do not let the internet shut that down.
I've heard it's bad. Yeah, and I heard that the French government specifically is making it seem like everyone's mad that they have to work for like another 2 years before they can retire. But there's so much other bad shit going on. And after I heard
that's the other thing. Yeah, it's not just that.
No, it's the cover up to make the citizens sound lazy when actually they're doing a lot worse stuff. It's kind of like when any bill gets passed in this country and everyone's happy about the one thing that they're addressing, but then they're not addressing all the little bitty other sub things that are in there, all those little other things that are horrible. Like, hey, we're going to give gay people the right to get married, but then also we're going to put this bill out here. That's going to be like the top part there. That's going to be great. But then way down here in like section X2, we're gonna say that we can dump oil in the fucking Gulf of Mexico. Just something weird, right?
Yeah, something unrelated.
Exactly. But that's what they do, and that's how they get around it, and they get the votes on the popular things that seem like they're good for the people, and then they're fucking up something else elsewhere because it saves some corporation.
It's the only
money.
way they get the compromises through. Yeah,
and it's all about money.
Democrats in Tennessee get blackballed by state body, and then I think at least one of them won their recall.
One more time.
You saw the thing with the black senators in Tennessee that were getting ousted by the Republican majority,
just
and then
kicked out,
and then they put it
to get reinstated.
Yeah, and then they got reinstated. It was a big victory,
and they're like, "Woo, yeah!" Which I think it's weird that all happened to begin with, but
and when the guy got reinstated, the crowd of supporters started singing Seven Nation Army. They start going, ba, 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 ba.
Oh, like when people celebrate at a soccer game?
Yeah, it's just like that. It's so random.
Very random.
UFC merges with WWE. Or I guess the UFC is absorbing the WWE.
That's okay. I mean, one of them was going to die eventually.
It makes sense, though, that one organization would have the theatrical branch and the savage branch.
Because it's the Wrestling World Entertainment or World Wrestling Entertainment. I mean, yeah, why not combine them?
Yeah, put them together.
Also, the same demographic is probably watching both of those things anyway.
Yeah, why split your dance card?
Don't it compete on the same streaming network. You want to capitalize.
You want to watch bodybuilders pretend to fight, or do you want to watch psychotic bodybuilders fight to the death for real?
I will 100% want to watch the wrestling versus the UFC thing every day of the week because the showmanship.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Did you watch Glow?
Which one's that?
Glow was the show on Netflix about the start of women's wrestling.
No,
it was the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. That's what Glow stood for.
I'm kind of on the outs with Mark Maron right now.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, this happened years ago, but yeah, I mean, it was the first season especially.
I don't watch a lot of TV, so it takes me a long time to get. I usually wait for something to be
that's because you and your wife chose to try to watch every single episode of Survivor instead of actually watching something good with your free time.
Well, she's been watching the goddamn Housewives, and the motherfucking Vanderpumps.
I don't understand that either. Reality TV just seems so dumb to me.
I just don't need help being stressed out.
I just don't want to watch rich, dumb people do stuff.
Yeah, it's like all this shit you people are fighting about. It's like, can somebody fucking just... Can I get like a stack off you? Mm-hmm. You fucking bastards.
I think that's what made shows like Jersey Shore more fun. It's because like these people are just like low scum of the earth types that are just trying to make themselves famous.
They're
let them do it.
And they're cohabitating in like a frat house. Like it's got a youthful... not bougie vibe,
like the real world,
right? Mm-hmm. I have to go to band practice.
Yes, you do. I was going to point out that it's 6:00.
Yeah, it's about that time, guys. That's another episode of Jacob V Weekly. I haven't done one of these in a minute, and we're supposed to do 50 of them this year. So stay tuned. We may get one sooner than later. Joe was going to come through today, but his taxes got rejected, so he has to work on that.
Oh, mine didn't. So thank you for doing
praise
that.
God. Mm-hmm. No, I'm the best CPA in the business.
No one needs it. Jacob V will do your taxes. He doesn't care if you get any money back, but he will do them.
Yeah, there's a April playlist on Spotify. Jacob V's favorite songs for April of 23. We have an Instagram for the show at Jacob V Weekly on Instagram. Go to jacobv.com where you can find links to Caddyshack. You can find the Patreon. Caddyshack. Save a life or nine.
In Bumfuck, Illinois.
Well, that's the problem is they have a stray cat problem in those rural places. That's why this issue is so important.
I mean, if you were a cat in that area, wouldn't you just be fucking?
You can contact the show with questions at jacobvweekly@gmail.com. You can call the show, leave a voicemail or a text message at 314-626-4208. No Antics, Blinded by Stereo, Patreon. I am going to be the musical guest at the Ethical Society this coming Sunday. If you're up early and you want to come and watch me play piano for 15 minutes over the course of an hour, it's going to be an Earth Day program. Nice. Also, I love you. Yeah.
Love you too. And I love you, random citizens.